Welcome to our November meals video, and it is a little bit of a use it up challenge. First of all, I found these pork cutlets in the main freezer, so I'm going to pull those out and have them for myself. I'm the only one who really eats pork, so that's fine. I had bought them on a clearance ages ago, knowing that they would last a couple of meals, so I threw them in the freezer to probably be forgotten about. Now we're out into the big freezer and I'm just having a dig through because I was doing a little bit of a freezer tour, which I'm going to put in a separate video because I'm trying to show the progression for how we've gone through things. And I also just wanted to dig through and find some random bits and pieces. I just knew there was some steak in here, so I pulled that out for hubby because, as I said, he doesn't enjoy pork, so I'm going to have that with some steak, mashed potatoes. My daughter's had her triangles and my son's had the chicken nuggets, and we always have gravy when we have mashed potato now because my son says that's what he likes. Burgers are a very easy meal for our family, so I'm always happy to cook them, especially when I get marked down burger buns. So I've just done a panko chicken piece that I found in the freezer, didn't film that bit, and my daughter's had a plant-based burger base that we find. I went back and got the packet of mincemeat that was in that big freezer, and it actually sat in the fridge and defrosted for a day, and then we had that the next night, and then I put the taco seasoning into it. We had tacos for dinner. I had a taco bowl. I just had half a piece of the my brain is not working, taco shell, just so I could have a little bit of crunch, but the rest of my bowl was just lettuce with a bit of the mincemeat and some shredded cheese on top. The next night, oh my gosh, I found these meatballs in the freezer that I was saving for hubby to do like a meatball sub, but I found that we had no passata sauce, so there went that idea, so we just had them cooked on a plate. Chicken and rice is a pretty standard dish in our house for dinner. My daughter would have just had some probably pasta because I don't always show that when we have chicken and rice. And we've got, I found some chicken Kiev little pieces or something in the freezer, I don't know. Half leg lamb roast that was in the big freezer, so I cooked that up, and we always have some left over, which is good because then hubby and I will have steak sandwiches for the next night. I just fry up a little bit of onion in the pan, then heat the meat up, and then we put our sandwiches together. The next night I found some chicken schnitzel things in the freezer for hubby and my son. My daughter's had her plant-based chicken. Now I've had the chicken drumsticks with the salad, and then the next night I did with the cauliflower because this was when I was doing my markdown challenge video. I've got some sausages. I found some more steak in the freezer for hubby. My son's had chicken Kiev balls. Of course, we need gravy for the mash and the sausages. I made up a quiche for my daughter as well. I taught her how to cook it, so she'll be armed with that now. And one night I got hubby to make tuna patties because I was obviously busy doing 1,000,001 things, so that really helped us a lot. In the freezer, back we go, and we've got this massive frozen chicken that I pull out because, again, I was referring to it in my markdown challenge that I would have bought it if I didn't already have it in the freezer. My son's having a popcorn chicken with some of the roast chicken there and some bread and homemade chips, and we just had the chicken with chips. It's pretty basic dinner, but I think we were all tired that night. One night for dinner, we just got a bit of a pick and selection from Aldi because I had to do a TikTok, so I just cooked it all up and we had that nice and easy. I found some mincemeat in the freezer, so I pulled that out and defrosted it. The last little bit of the carrots, corn and peas, and I threw that all in there. I probably shouldn't have thrown it all in there at once. It still cooked at the end of the day, it just seemed to take forever. We made some rice and I put in there a couple of dumplings that I had in the freezer for my son. They're his favourite. This was our mincemeat once it all cooked up, and I threw in there the rich beef mince packet that we had in the cupboard, so also trying to use it up. And my daughter's had some more quiche. Oh, this is the mincemeat when it's finished with the rice. Back into the big freezer we go, because I'm remembering bits and pieces that I have in there. So I grabbed out this bag of chicken bits that have come from a roast chicken, the hot chooks from Coles and stuff if I've got them on a markdown, and I pull all the bits apart and then throw it in the freezer for later. So we had chicken risotto. My son's had noodles with some dumplings for dinner. Again, another quick and easy dinner. Another dig through the freezer. This is actually becoming quite fun. I think I was super tired this night, so we just had some frozen squid and dropped half of my daughter's triangles, trying to get them out. So we cooked that for her with veggies. Hubby and I had the squid. We've got the beetroot there, and also some homemade chips. And my son had triangles as well this evening. I don't feel that there's many holes in the freezer, even though I know that we are going through things and using it up. But some days it just feels like a never ending. And the next night, hubby and my son had pizzas for dinner because I was going out to an event. So I grabbed those out and they made them while I wasn't there. We got a piece of garlic bread as well. My daughter would have just had the quiche. I had warmed up the leftover chicken risotto that I had from the night before because I had to go out. Into the freezer we've got here some beef strips, which I had bought, I'm pretty sure, back when I did the markdown challenge with Christy from This Mum at Home. So I'm pulling that out to use it because I don't think it was going to last much longer in the freezer. And also, yes, a bag of beef and black bean sauce. This was the homemade one that Kira helped to adjust, which I might be looking at adjusting myself now that she doesn't have some allergies to some things. And also a bit of a use it up in the cupboard of these rice noodles. They were left over from one of the meal box things that I was sent for a promo, so I've got those. I wasn't sure if I was going to use the other noodles up the back, and so I threw that all together there. We've got some leftover beef mince that I made with the tacos because I cooked the whole lot up and then I divided it into two just to try and stretch it out a little bit more. And then in the main freezer, I pulled out some bacon, and I just chose to have an open bacon, lettuce and cheese sandwich type thing with some avocado in there as well, because there wasn't enough tacos for 3 people, and that's totally fine because yeah, I can always have something else. In the cupboard, I got this butter chicken spicy, so I cooked that up with some of the chicken that we had in the freezer. I've thrown some rice in there as well. I'm not a fan of butter chicken, and luckily there was some leftover bits and pieces from the night before, so a tiny little bit of taco minced meat, and we've got some bacon and some eggs left over from the night before. So I just put some rice into a bowl, and then I dumped all of that in there with some barbecue sauce and put some shredded cheese on top, and then just mix that all through. A little bit different, but I really enjoyed it, so yeah, it was good. I got these pasties marked down, so I cooked those for the children because they enjoy them, and I made a lasagna for hubby. We had the base already in the freezer. We've got some diced chicken. I bought a massive 2 kilo bag on clearance from Coles. You might have seen one of the grocery hauls. So into the bag, I'm just adding some garlic aioli. I mixed that all around. I dumped it in a bowl of panko chicken crumbs with a little bit of Parmesan cheese in there. And then I just cooked them in the oven. So they're basically little small chicken bites instead of a really big chicken breast, which I found was a lot easier. And I'm not sure in future if I might do this again, cook them and then freeze them, and then that way I just have to reheat them in the oven, because I find that it's just a little bit easier because I like the crispiness of the chicken. I find that if I do panko crumbs like this and then freeze them, the outside gets a little bit soggy. It's not crunchy. I had some leftover pieces as well that I saved the next day for lunch. So everything there is plated up, and I also added in some little coleslaw that I got from Woolworths on clearance. So there's all our meals for November. Hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned. We've got some more use it up coming. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.